Welcome everyone to a little tag, I guess you could say. This was brought up by TechnoDrone show. The TechnoDrone show. Oh, TechnoDrone 406 show. He created yesterday called the Bad Movies tag. Now, there are 16 questions, and this all has something to do with bad movies. And I tag Harry Thomas, Ryan O'Toole, Justin watches movies, Lauren loves movies, and Vader 2005-91. So, here we go. Bad movie tag. Let's get started. Coming in number 1, worst movie ever. Oh. When it comes to worst movies ever, I got it. Dragon Ball Evolution, because the original Dragon Ball, I'm not the biggest Dragon Ball fan. I have seen a couple of episodes of the original Dragon Ball and a few of the Dragon Ball animated films, but even I know that this sucked. I liked it back then, but now it is just horrible. Oh my gosh. So stupid. If you're gonna do a Dragon Ball movie in live action, you better do it right. And with some doggone respect. Number 2. Worst movie based on a book. I'm just gonna say the franchise that must not be named, because that trilogy is now finished. I've never seen any of them, and I never will, because every single negative review I've seen and read is true on all 3 of them. The only things to come out of that movie is soundtrack. And Dakota Johnson was too good for that. But I'm not going to blame her. I'm going to blame the direction and the writing. But I never seen any of them. So, whatever. Number 3. Worst performance by a good actor. John Travolta, Battlefield Earth. He is so horrible and laughably bad as the villain. He's not even doing it on purpose. Worst comedy. Snatched by Amy Schumer from last year. I don't want to talk about that movie ever again. Number 5. The most overrated movie. I'm prepared for the crap, but I'm going to take it. Batman Under the Red Hood. I know there's a handful of people who liked the movie. I didn't. I'm sorry. It was just not my thing. I am a Batman fan, but I hate the Red Hood as a villain. And I hate the movie in general. And I did not like the fact that Robin was killed off. I know it's a story, but I'm the only person who hates the movie. I can deal with that. Okay, I'll take that too. Bam. What? First bad movie you've ever seen. Honestly, I can't remember the first bad movie I've seen. I'm just gonna leave that question blank. Worst performance by a good actress. Oh boy, do I have one of this. Charlize Theron in the Snow White and the Huntsman movies. She's fine in the first one, but the second one, she's just awful. This comes from someone who likes Charlize Theron. I know there are some who don't like her, but Charlize Theron, at least she picks better movies. Number 8, worst superhero movie of all time. boy. Batman and Robin. Now, for the longest time, I could not even laugh at how horrible this movie is. I can laugh at the movie now for how bad it is. It's a guilty pleasure, but as a Batman movie, you nearly killed the Batman series for good until 2005. And that was not cool. Number 9. Worst chemistry in a movie. Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman. And in some ways, I shouldn't blame them. And I don't blame them. I blame the writing. I blame George Lucas' script for episode 2. The dialogue is much more tolerable in episode 3, but that doesn't say much. But Hayden Christensen and Natalie Portman, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But George Lucas, you know better for that. You know better for that. Worst movie by a good director. Oh. Aha. Okay, the worst movie by a good director is... He's a decent director, but Godzilla 1998. I hate that freaking movie. And people say 2014 movie's bad. Fine. If you hate the 2014 movie, that's okay, but I don't understand it. This is worse. This is worse. 10 times worse. Yeah. Number 11. Worst shot movie. Battlefield Earth. I'm just gonna save the hatred I have for my review. But let me just say, I hate the way this movie is shot. Every single frame has to be like this, where the camera's all tilted. Like, hi guys. Or it has to be like this, or like this, all over again, or like that, or most importantly, like this. Yeah, that's how stupid and horrible and lazy that movie is shot. Worst CG in an eye in a movie. The Mummy Returns at the very end of the film. I still love The Mummy Returns. That's my favorite of the Mummy trilogy. But the CGI on the Scorpion King is not even The Rock. I know CGI was getting into their stages, so I should be able to cut them some slack. But at the same time, you had Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and you had Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, which had much better CGI than this. So, there is literally no excuse. And some of the CGI in Attack of the Clones is even bad. Half of it is. Worst sequel to a movie. Oh, I'm glad this is part of the movie tab because I'm finna pull out the perfect example of that. Worst movie sequel of all time, and you guys know what it is. This is just one of them. It's not the worst of the worst, but it's up there. If you see my top 30 worst movie sequels ever created, and this is the one. This is the one. This is the freaking one. Mean Girls 2. You took an awesome movie like this, right here, with these 4 beautiful ladies. I know people was gonna say Lindsay Lohan doesn't look beautiful now. She may have had problems in her past, but Lindsay Lohan, she's still beautiful no matter what age you are, no matter what problems you've been through. And actors, you should not let your ego get in the way because you have other movies to do in your career, and You can't keep carry your ego around forever. But Mean Girls 2 is an example of one of the laziest, crappiest sequels to a cult classic movie I have ever seen in my life. And it clearly disrespects what I love a lot about this awesomeness here. This is not. Mean Girls 2 was not how you make a. If you wanted to do a sequel to Mean Girls, the least you could have done is got these four back, get Tina Fey writing, and Mark Waters directing. And I do hope in the future we get a proper sequel to this, because this movie deserves it. Number 14, most disappointing movie. The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Now, at first when I saw the movie, I hated it. Then, I liked the movie when I rewatched it again. Then, now, I don't hate the movie, I don't like the movie, I just think it's average, disappointed. Because it's remaking the 2002 film all over again, and taking it and disrespecting the Spider-Man's legacy. And the Spider-Man movie legacy as well. So, that's stupid. So, that. Number 15, worst horror movie ever. Texas Chainsaw Massacre for the next generation. I hate it. Every single second of that movie. Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger were the best things about it, even though they're working with a crap script. They tried. And number 16 is Worst Remake. Worst Remake. Worst Remake is Psycho, 1998. Let me tell you something. You do not take a classic like the Alfred Hitchcock 1960s original and disrespect it like that. Gus Van Sant, you are a pretty good. I haven't seen a whole lot of your work, but this is the stupidest excuse I've seen for a freaking wannabe of a movie. And it literally disrespects the namesake of Psycho. Alfred Hitchcock is probably doing backflips. But, yeah. That's my part of the bad movies tag. Don't worry, I still have the Killer Flicks tag and the movie tag by Christopher Hendren to do. But next up, we got the Killer Flicks tag coming up. Let me know what you guys think about this tag. And to those I tagged, accept the challenge. And if you like this, you can come here and we can have a good time.